I actually did pretty good last week for predictions. Am I the GOAT? Hello, Steelers Nation. Welcome to another episode of Steelcast, podcast where you don't have to be a Steelers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Zach. We're doing this again, and you guys are gonna like it. Attack! And we're doing week 2, and another late upload, but I don't really care, of the NFL prediction. This is week 2, and we're going to go into this with. And last week I went 13-3 for the first week of the season. I'm feeling good. Now I gotta carry that into this week. And starting off with the Thursday night football game only on Amazon Prime, you got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. And the Bills coming away with it barely against the Arizona Cardinals, in which Allen had to literally carry the team back from the dead, which he did. And then the Dolphins also came out from the dead against the Jaguars, in which Tyreek Hill remembered that he existed and ran all over the Jaguars' defense. Now, the Dolphins are going into this without their running backs, and Tua's not really that good against the Bills, and it's not being played at during the day when it's hot. But despite all of that, I'm actually still going to pick the Dolphins to win. I feel like it's just a better roster overall. Josh Allen doesn't really have many of the weapons that he used to have, although maybe I am sleeping on the Bills a little bit. If the Bills do come out on top, I will say that the Bills are legit. But if they don't and the Dolphins do win, then we can all say that I was right and that Bills are not going all the way this time, as is tradition. Next up, our first of many Sunday games, you have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Dallas Cowboys. The Saints putting a beating on the Panthers. Oh my gosh, what the heck happened? Clint Kubiak and his Saints offense, led by Derek Carr, putting up 47 on the Panthers. Wasn't even close compared to their 10. Bryce Young does not look good. The Saints defense were all over him the entire game. Derek Carr looked very, very good against a very mediocre Panthers defense. But that's against the Panthers. The Cowboys, on the other hand, they demolished the Browns. It wasn't even remotely close. They clobbered her. Oh my gosh. They literally had like negative yards of offense. They forced negative yards of offense in the first half. Well, really the entire game, really, it was just god-awful. The defense of the Cowboys were all over the Browns. Dak Prescott, hours got a new contract and was already paying dividends. But the Cowboys are a regular season team. They're not a postseason team at all. Both of these teams demolishing their opponents, so let's see how good they do against each other. I am going to pick the Cowboys to win this game. It is being played in Dallas, so that will give the slight edge to the Cowboys there. Either these teams are really just really, really good, or their opponents are just really, really bad. I don't know. We're about to find out this week, so we'll see what happens. On Cowboys, you get my pick. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are taking on the Detroit Lions in a divisional round rematch from last season, in which the Lions came out on top. But it came down to the wire, and I expect this game to come down to the wire as well. The Buccaneers last week putting a beating on the Commanders, and Baker Mayfield still baking. And then the Lions going up against the Rams and came down to an overtime victory from David Montgomery. I kind of rhymed there. Like that? Yeah. It doesn't really frickin' matter. I do have the Lions winning this game. Only reason because they are the all-around better team. But we'll see what happens going into this battle. I'm not going to sleep on the Buccaneers for this one. But Lions, you get my pick. Go out there and prove me right. Then you got the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Colts keeping it very, very close, only losing by 2 against the Houston Texans. Oh, excuse me, the Strouds. And the Packers barely losing to the Eagles in Brazil and losing Jordan Love 2 plays before the game actually ended. Thankfully, he's only week by week or day to day or whatever you want to call it. And he should be back within 4 weeks. But until then, you got to do with Malik Willis. And Malik Willis, as we know, is garbage. I will pick the Colts to win this game. It is being played in Green Bay, so maybe the Lambeau atmosphere will do Malik Willis some good. But I do got Anthony Richardson getting his first sophomore win, and hopefully you last more than 4 games, my good sir. Then you got the New Jersey Jets, not saying New York this time because you guys are frauds, taking on the Tennessee Titans. The Jets, thankfully didn't get Aaron Rodgers Achilles torn again, or ACL, whatever it was. And now he's able to play against the Titans. And the Titans are overrated. They suck. They did so well in the first half against the Bears and then literally threw the game away. No pun intended. The mailman just spoon-fed the Bears that win. And yeah, it was ugly. As for the Jets, they also lost, but they're going to go against the 49ers. They get a pass. I will pick the Jets to win this. Aaron Rodgers still has an arm to him, and hopefully and I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to pick apart that Titans defense. And even if he can't, the Jets defense will be able to pick apart the mailman. So Jets, you get my win, and you move on. Speaking of the 49ers, we got the 49ers this week taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Both of these teams got big wins last week. The Vikings especially were close. We're talking about the 49ers already. Brock Purdy was able to get the win against the Jets, and without CMC, no freaking problem. The Vikings, on the other hand, Sam Darnold, oh my gosh, Sam Darnold having a career game against the New Jersey Giants, and there is a triple-headed J monster coming into town, though, when Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Aaron Jones. Will that be enough to stop the 49ers? No, because their quarterback is still Sam Darnold, and their defense, even though it's being coached by Brian Flores, still has some question marks on that team. So I'm going to take the 49ers to win this game, and they move on to 2-0. Then you got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. Both of these teams got a win last week in shocking fashion. Legion of Boom 2.0 for the Seahawks, most definitely. Making Bo Nix's life a living hell. And even though that game was close, there was only a 6-point difference, that game was not close at all. The Legion of Boom 2.0 in this house. The running game from the Seahawks was just tearing through that Broncos team, and it was not pretty. And then the most shocking of all, the Patriots getting a win against the Bengals of all teams. I know the Bengals are slow to start the season, and they got week 1 jitters, but they should have been able to, at the very least, beat the Patriots. Jamar Chase was playing, to be fair, and the Patriots were on the road, so that's even more shocking. And then the Jeremiah got the Gatorade bucket. He deserved it. He earned it. Patriots won that game. I don't know how, and I'm not even going to question it. Jacoby Brissett might be the greatest game manager of all time. I have no freaking fracking idea. It is being played in Foxborough. I am gonna pick the Seahawks to win this game, though. Even though the Patriots did win, I'm still not gonna pick them here over the Seahawks just because. So Seahawks, you get the win, and please don't blunder it. Do not blunder this game. Please do not blunder this game. Then you have the New Jersey Giants taking on the Washington Commanders. The Giants we just talked about, they suck. They just suck. They lost everyone in the offseason. They have a good D-line, but that's about it. But they lost everyone in the offseason. Daniel Jones still sucks. And yeah, they're not helping out the case at all. The Commanders, rookie quarterback, looking pretty freaking fucking good. Jane Daniels, probably having the best day out of all the rookie QBs that played. And I will say, the Commanders, you might not your franchise guy, you don't hurt him. I will pick the Commanders to win this game, though. I feel like Jane Daniels will be able to pick apart that Giants defense, and the Commanders defense is underrated. So they should be able to get it after Daniel Jones. Because of that, Commanders, you get a win this week, and Wildflower will be happy. Then you have the LA Chargers taking on the Carolina Panthers. Do we really even talk about this? Do we really even talk about this game? The Chargers are going to win. But the Panthers, because they suck. We talked about them already. They suck. They just suck. And the Chargers, they put up a beating against the Raiders. Raiders, they got a defense, offense non-existent. And the Chargers take advantage of that very much so and win that game. And Jim Harbaugh, it's his first win back in the NFL as the head coach of the Chargers. Chargers should get my win this week, and it shouldn't even be close. Then you have the Cleveland Browns taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both of these teams just suck. They both scored 17 last week, but they just suck. They just suck. The run game, the Browns' run game is good, but they need Nick Chubb badly. The Jaguars, as long as ETN doesn't fumble, they should be good. Browns' passing game, hot garbage. Their passing game for the Jaguars, solid, but it got blown up. It got blown up. What do you want me to say? I really have no idea for this game. I do have the Jaguars winning, though. It is being played in Jacksonville, so that should help. I don't know which one of these teams is more fraudulent than the other, but I guess we're about to find out. When this game is played, Jaguars should get my win. You get my pick to win, and we'll see how bad Deshaun Watson actually is. Jameis Winston might be starting sooner than we all expect. Then you have the Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The Raiders, you got a defense but no offense. That's it. The Ravens, you could have won, but you lost by a toe. Why are his likely feet so big? We will never know. Or why was he that far back into the end zone? Again, we'll never know. I will say this though: Ravens should win this game, hands down. They are the far better team in this matchup. It's kind of weird that they're playing two AFC West teams in a row, but I refuse to question it. Ravens, you get the win. Get a little bit of a bounce back week against the Raiders, and you're welcome. Then you got the LA Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Rams losing Puda Nakua sadly, but we should be back soon. It's a week, but it's a day by day, week by week thing. It's kind of like a Jordan Love situation. It shouldn't be that long. But aside from that, you still got Cooper Kupp, you still got Kyron Williams, and your defense is actually pretty freaking fracking good. So we'll see. And then you got the Cardinals, who actually had the Bills' number, and then Josh Allen happened. So yeah, Oh well. I do have the Rams winning. It's just like they're the far round better team, and I've seen more success from them than I have from the Cardinals. Even though the Cardinals did score more points than the Rams did in their game. Their both opponents for these teams were just all around good, and I have more faith in the Rams overall. So the Rams, you get my win here, and yeah, just win. Just get the win here. Next up, you got the Pittsburgh by the 11 Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. We're talking about both of these. We're talking about the Broncos already. They suck. But the Steelers do not suck. No touchdowns, no Russell Wilson, no freaking fracking problem. The ball is getting 6 field goals and still winning that football game. And Justin Fields will be the likely starter. We were robbed of a Russell Wilson revenge game. But you know what? That's perfectly fine by me because we can still win this game. The Steelers, I have my vote goes to you. I refuse to go against my own team. So the Steelers, you get the win here. And Broncos, I am sorry, but TJ Watt is going to go all over you once again like he did to Kirk Cousins. It's going to be so much fun to watch. And then you got the kitty goes meow, the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Burrow versus Mahomes. Burrow usually has Mahomes' number in these matchups. But with the way Week 1 went, I don't think it's going to be the case. It's a bit too early for this matchup, in my opinion, because Burrow usually doesn't get going until like after Week 3. So, yeah. This should be an easy dub for the Chiefs. I'm not even going to talk about this game. The Chiefs against the Ravens, they played their out well, and they were able to bait Isaiah Likely to the back in the end zone. So, yep, that good on them. Just good on them. I hate the Chiefs, and I hate them so much. But yeah, Chiefs, you win this game, and the road to the 3-peat continues. Then you have the Chicago Bears taking on the Houston Texans or the Strouds. The Bears, the only reason they won that game was because of their defense and special teams. That was the only reason they won that game. Caleb Williams did not look good, but that's either here nor there. And he's not going to look any better against a Texans defense that was pretty underrated last season, but got a whole lot better in the offseason. And the Stroud Texan campaign going to continue on with another dub on Sunday night. So Texans, you get my vote for the win this week, and the script writer will continue in your favor. Then you have, for the Monday night game, the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Falcons. I don't feel bad. The Falcons losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a heartbreaking fashion. TJ Watt was all over them. And Kirk Cousins was not looking up the form, and he definitely won't against his Eagles team. And Monday night is Kirk Cousins' kryptonite, especially when they're playing the Eagles. So, and the Eagles won that game against the Eagles did win that game against the Packers in Brazil. But it was a very close battle. I do have the Eagles winning this game, though, at home. So, Eagles, you fly high to another win, and Grunty Boy will definitely be a happy camper. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you have winning this week? How did you do last week in your Pick'em League? Let me know. I am Zach Attack. I am your host of the Steelcast. And I will see you all in the next one. And as always, you're in Steelers country.